What's good, guys? It's your boy Elijah. I'm back with another video. Today we are reacting to Conor McGregor versus Dustin full fight recap. Alright, let's get to the video.
And featured a fantastic night of fights. Not only did we have the overall, UFC 257 featured a fantastic night of fights. Not only did we have the notorious Conor McGregor making his return as he faced Dustin Poirier in one of the most anticipated rematches in UFC history, we also had Bellator star Michael Chandler making his UFC debut against Dan the Hangman Hooker. Now that it's all wrapped up, we've decided to do a brief recap of UFC 257 and take a look at the results of both the co-main and the main event. As always, if you guys enjoy this video, then please be sure to let me know by leaving a like and subscribing to our channel. Now, without further ado, let's take a look at what happened at UFC 257. First, we'll be taking a look at our co-main event, which featured UFC newcomer Michael Chandler taking on the number 6 ranked lightweight Dan the Hangman Hooker. Prior to the bout, Dan Hooker had gone 7-2 in his last 9 fights, and had cemented his place as one of the best fighters in the division. Unfortunately, a loss at the hands of Dustin Poirier in June of 2020 brought that momentum to a halt. Eager to get back in the win column, Dan Hooker decided to accept a fight with former Bellator champion Michael Chandler, who had long been hailed as one of the best fighters outside of the UFC. Prior to signing with the UFC, Chandler had fought exclusively for Bellator since 2010. Prior to signing with the UFC, Chandler had fought exclusively for Bellator since 2010, along the way defeating former UFC champions like Ben Henderson and Eddie Alvarez. While Chandler had enjoyed plenty of success at Bellator, many onlookers were curious to see how he would fare in the world's leading MMA organisation. Well, Chandler passed his biggest test to date with flying colours and silenced many critics in the process. While the two engaged in a bit of a feeling out process in the opening moments of the fight, Chandler eventually found his opening when he connected with a big left hand that sent Hooker falling to the mat. Chandler then proceeded to swarm Hooker with strikes until the referee waved off, earning himself a very impressive...
See, that's the thing about short people. You never know the punch that's coming. Cause like you're looking down and you have your hands up and they can just punch you. And I think that's how I won.
First round knockouts. Now, with his first UFC win in the books, Chandler has made it clear that he's eyeing a match with either Dustin Poirier or Khabib Nurmagomedov. If Khabib does decide to stay retired, perhaps the UFC will make a fight between Michael Chandler and Dustin Poirier for the vacant lightweight title. Or perhaps we'll see him face another top lightweight like Charles Oliveira or Justin Gaethje. Either way, I'm sure we'll all be interested to see where this one goes from here. Next up on our list is of course the main event, which featured the former 2-division champion Conor McGregor making his return to face former interim champion Dustin Poirier. Prior to the bout, Conor McGregor was coming off of a sensational first round knockout of Donald Cerrone, while Dustin Poirier had earned a hard-fought win over Dan Hooker in one of the best fights of the year. In the eyes of fans, the outcome of this fight would ultimately determine the next man in line to challenge for the lightweight belt. Of course, this wasn't the first time that these two had crossed paths inside the octagon, with Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor initially fighting back at UFC 178, where McGregor emerged the victor via a first-round TKO. That said, both fighters had drastically evolved since then, and as such, were eager to showcase these improvements at UFC 257. For Conor McGregor, this fight served as the perfect chance to earn a rematch with Khabib Nurmagomedov. For Dustin Poirier, this was his chance to avenge a career-altering loss, while also moving himself one step nearer to securing the undisputed belt. While many fans were expecting Conor McGregor to deliver on his promise of a first-round knockout, it was Dustin Poirier who shined bright with a stunning second-round TKO. Admittedly, Dustin Poirier had had a bit of a rough start in the first round. However, Dustin weathered the storm and continued to land some solid kicks to McGregor's legs. As Poirier began to wear McGregor down in round 2, he eventually stunned him with a well-timed left hand and proceeded to swarm him with several vicious shots. Poirier then followed up with a flurry of punches until he sent McGregor crashing to the canvas. When it was all said and done, Poirier earned his revenge and became the first man in MMA history to knock out Conor McGregor. As for what's next, Dustin Poirier will most likely want a rematch with Khabib Nurmagomedov if he decides to come out of retirement. Or perhaps a fight with Michael Chandler would also be a good option.
Why are you looking like that?
A fight with Michael Chandler would also likely want a rematch with Khabib Nurmagomedov if he decides to come out of retirement. Or perhaps a fight with Michael Chandler would also be a good option. As for Conor McGregor, his future remains a bit unclear. Now that a rematch with Khabib Nurmagomedov is no longer an option, McGregor may be interested in a trilogy fight with either Dustin Poirier or Nate Diaz. It's also possible that McGregor might decide to take some time off, so only time will tell where he goes from here. Of course, feel free to let us know what you guys thought of the results in the comment section down below. And also let us know what matches you'd like to see next. So that concludes our brief recap of UFC 257. As always, if you guys enjoyed this video, then please be sure to let me know by leaving a like and subscribing to our channel. Apart from that, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.
Alright guys, that would do it. Make sure you guys like and subscribe and turn on post notifications. And I will be posting tomorrow. And peace.